And so I had this crazy thing happen to me. I was in the middle of my school room. I was a teacher, and I had a vision. I had a vision of this white sheet coming down from heaven, just like Peter. And but on the white sheet was all manner of people. I mean, every kind of person. Think about it. Think of all the different kinds of persons that can be on a sheet in the world. Buddhists and Hindus and people with nose rings and people tattooed all over their body. Every kind of person. And the Lord spoke to my heart and said, "Call not that which I call holy common or unclean." And it changed my life. Again, radically changed my life. Because I didn't have to look at anybody anymore with anything except the love of Christ. And I'm going to sing a song that needs to be Peter singing it. But since Dolly Parton sang this song, I get permission. So it's called He's Alive. Raise your hand if you've heard He's Alive by Dolly Parton. Okay, so there's this part that at the end it goes, He's alive, He's alive, He's alive, and I'm forgiven. Heaven's gates are open wide. And, you know, just because it's Easter, if you feel that way, if you feel like He's alive, if you feel like you've been forgiven, if you feel like heaven's gates are open wide, because they are, then stand up and sing it with me. We sing it 4 times, and then at the end it goes, He's alive, only it's higher. So you're going to have to help me, okay? All right, here we go. Pretend I'm Peter. Is it? The gates and doors were barred, and all the windows fastened down. I spent the night in sleeplessness and rose at every sound, half in hopeless sorrow and half in fear the day would find the soldiers breaking through to drag us all away. Then just before the sunrise, I heard something at the wall. The gate began to rattle and a voice began to call. I hurried to the window and looked down into the street, expecting swords and torches and the sounds of soldiers' feet. But there was no one there but Mary, so I went down to let her in. John stood there beside me as she told us where she'd been. She said they'd moved him in the night and none of us know where. The stone's been rolled away and now his body isn't there. So we both ran toward the garden, and John ran on ahead. We found the stone and the empty tomb just the way that Mary said. But the winding sheet they'd wrapped him in was just an empty shell. How or where they'd taken him, no one could ever tell. Perhaps something strange had happened there, just what I didn't know. John believed a miracle, but I just turned to go. Circumstance and speculation couldn't lift me very high, because I'd seen them crucify him, and I watched him die. Back inside the house again, the guilt and anguish came. Everything I'd promised him just added to my shame. When at last it came to choices I denied, I knew his name. And even if he was alive, it would never be the same. And suddenly the air was filled a strange and sweet perfume. Light that came from everywhere drove shadows from the room. And Jesus stood before me with his arms held open wide. I fell down on my knees and I clung to him and cried. Then he raised me to my feet, and as I looked into his eyes, love was shining out from him like sunlight in the sky. Guilt and my confusion disappeared in sweet release, and every fear I'd ever had just melted into peace. If you want to sing this with me, stand up and sing it with me, please. He's alive, he's alive, he's alive, and I'm forgiven. Heaven's gates are open wide. He's alive, he's alive, he's alive, and I'm forgiven. Heaven's gates are open wide. He's alive. Thank you, Jesus. Just like Dolly Parton would say.